What's your name, officer? Please identify yourself.
Officer McLeod from the Clute Police Department.
And you, sir?
Officer Garza, Clute Police Department.
And what am I being called? Got you.
So can I have your license, please?
So what crime is that?
Let me see your ID. That's not how this works. I respect the law. You guys got to respect it too. You swore an oath to it.
My name is Sergeant Yeas, badge number 0464. All right.
You know your shit.
Clute Police Department. Yes. Look.
In Clute, Texas, a citizen was pulled over in broad daylight based solely on an anonymous call accusing him of suspicious selling in the parking lot of Ace Hardware. This was not just an isolated incident, it was a real-life test of civil rights, constitutional law, and the limits of government authority. The original video was recorded by the channel Police Walk of Shame, a valuable source of real-world documentation. If you care about protecting yourself through law, not emotion, subscribe to Police Overreach to explore more real encounters, in-depth analysis, and clear guidance on First Amendment audits and the rights guaranteed by the United States Constitution.
You're being videoed for my protection and yours. What's your name, officer? Please identify yourself.
Officer McLeod from the Clute Police Department.
And you, sir?
Officer Garza, Clute Police Department.
And what am I being pulled over for?
Well, two reasons. One, you made a turn back there without a turn signal. Two, we got a call about you trying to sell something at a store, and at two different stores at that, not just one. So a suspicious activity call. And we had to make out with you to see who you are and what you're doing.
Got you. Got you.
So can I have your license, please?
So what crime is that?
Well, there wasn't a crime committed because we don't know if the items are stolen or not.
Do you have suspicion that I committed a crime? Reasonable articulable suspicion, either one of you, that I committed a crime, was about to commit a crime, was in the process of committing a crime.
Tim, are there any stipulations?
Absolutely not. Except that you abide by the law.
I am abiding by the law.
No, you're not. You're asking me for my ID illegally.
He conducted a traffic stop. That's
not how that
illegal.
works.
That is how,
No crime has been committed. There's no reasonable articulable suspicion. Excuse me.
When you commit a traffic infraction,
There's no reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed. That a crime has been committed.
It was going to be committed. How do we know the stuff you have is not stolen? We got no way to prove it. No way.
Not how that works.
It's not. No way I can prove it.
Please get your supervisor here.
Sure.
Because that's not how this works. Well, then she should know better. She should know better. And so should you, Mr. Garza.
We are allowed to step out with people who reasonably believe.
Yeah, dumbass people who don't know the law.
That doesn't have to be dumb or smart.
If I have not been suspected of committing a crime with reasonable articulable suspicion.
Two people have called saying you in this vehicle are trying to sell them items that they don't know are stolen. We don't know are stolen.
Then there's no crime.
Can you tell me that it's not stolen?
I already told you that.
I didn't ask. So how have you told me?
Because you said that you got a phone call and I asked you if that was illegal and you said no.
Called over the radio that's you.
Here. There's my paperwork right there. Nothing illegal.
Was that so hard?
No. But you can't just get people's ID for nothing, Mr. Garza.
It's not for nothing.
It is. It is. Look, there's policy and procedure, and there's constitutional law that you swore an oath to, my friend.
Hold on. If somebody's standing here, and they're just standing here with no kids, and they're a grown person just sitting there, that's a suspicious person.
You know, I just got a call about some officers that we had to watch out for here that were breaking the law and the people's constitutional rights.
I can assure you that's not us.
You sure it's not you?
Not me.
Look, I have suspicion to believe it's you.
Are you gonna let me finish what I'm saying so you have an understanding?
How you doing, boss?
There's a supervisor right there if you want to
speak. How you doing, supervisor? We're just getting an understanding of constitutional law here. You know, no big deal. He said he pulled me over because he got a phone call that, you know, we were selling stuff. I asked him if that's illegal. He said, no, that's not illegal, right? That's where we were at in the conversation. He asked for my ID. So I asked him again, what did we do that was illegal? For me to give you my ID, did we have any reasonable articulable suspicion that a crime has been committed? He said no. We got a phone call. Two people said that items were trying to be sold. That's not a crime. Not here, not in Texas, not in, anywhere. It's not a crime.
My understanding is you were pulled over for a traffic offense.
That's not what I was pulled over for. Mr. Garza pulled me over. This woman pulled through here after. There was no illegal turn. That right there is a turnaround. You don't have to put your blinker on at that turnaround right there.
to make
All right. So have you identified yourself, correct?
I told him who I was right there.
All right.
It's not stolen stuff. I'm not trying to give him a hard time, but you guys can't just pull people over and say, oh, we got a phone call. Somebody said you were selling stuff. Let me see your ID. That's not how this works. I respect the law. You guys got to respect it too. You swore an oath to it.
Okay. All right. Hold on for there. Okay. Look, my name is Sergeant Yeas, badge number 0464. All right.
You know your shit.
Clute Police Department. Yes. Look, we got a call at the Ace Hardware parking lot. Person just wanted to remain anonymous, saying that, hey, somebody was trying to sell a stereo in the parking lot, and that's it. They didn't request contact, nothing along those lines. All right. Look, he conducted a traffic stop. He was just trying to identify you guys. Everything's good. That's all we're trying to do. Buddy.
Key word, try to identify.
That's all. Just try.
But that's not how that works.
Look, we're here, attempting to identify. That's all we're trying to do, all right?
Your name again?
Sergeant Tito Nieves. All righty, sir.
Be safe. Thank
Have a good
you.
one, okay?
And we could sell here. It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Especially if I got my sales tax license, correct?
If you are a business conducting business within the city, you need a tax business receipt.
Got all that.
We don't have
Alrighty.
that knowledge.
Thank you. But you can't receive that knowledge illegally.
But we can
Okay?
ask you. just
Okay,
like
and
you
I can
provided.
refuse.
Yes, you can, but we still need to figure out what you're doing somewhere. So until we figure that
You could
out,
try to figure it out.
until we figure that out, you are deemed a suspicious person. Do you understand?
Yeah, but being a suspicious person is not somebody that has been deemed reasonable articulable suspicion of committing a crime, about to commit a crime, in the process of committing a crime, would give you the only viable and reason to ask for my ID. Period. There's no exceptions at all.
So the traffic stop means nothing.
That wasn't a traffic stop.
So you made.
You specifically
so
told
you
me,
didn't-
and you are being recorded in my
that's
truck
fine.
too.
You
You
didn't-
specifically
did not
told me when I
indicate-
asked you why I was being pulled over, you
Okay,
specifically
so when you-
stated
when you turn-
that you got a phone call
Hold on.
about suspicious activity.
I'm telling you two
when
things
she
that
pulled
happened,
up,
the reason.
when she pulled up afterwards,
Hold on.
because she came
You really
from
don't like
she
other
came
people
from
talk
this
to
way.
you. How am I
Well,
supposed to-
I'm
how am I
teaching
supposed to
you.
articulate?
How are you supposed to learn if you don't listen?
What do you mean? How are you supposed to learn if you don't listen?
I already know what the I'm doing.
That's the problem with closed-minded people.
That's why I already know what I'm doing.
listen.
That's why he left. That's why you're gonna leave, and that's why she left without getting my ID. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm still conducting a traffic stop, so I do need your ID.
There's no traffic stop. For what? There's no legal
When
traffic
you
stop.
turn, do you not have to signal which way you're going?
On that turnaround right there, you do not have to signal.
Who said
Absolutely
that?
not, because it's not a left turn.
What is it?
I'm turning, it's a turnaround. That's what that's made for. There's no stop sign there.
There's a stop sign right there.
That's not where I turned around at. I turned around further up.
So you did a U-turn.
I didn't turn around right here.
Oh, all right.
Stop trying to dig, dude. That's not how this is going to work, dude.
Hey, I'm doing what my sergeant says. Here you are, sir.
Do what the Constitution says.
10-4.
Your sergeant ain't going to cover your ass when you get sued, dude.
In Clute, Texas, what seemed like a routine traffic stop quickly escalated into a dramatic legal confrontation. Based solely on an anonymous call reporting suspicious selling in the Ace Hardware parking lot, two officers, Officer Garza and Officer Moud, demanded a citizen's ID without presenting any reasonable articulable suspicion, RASH, which is a legal requirement. The citizen remained calm, recorded the entire encounter, and firmly asserted his constitutional rights. Eventually, Sergeant Yeas, badge number 464, arrived and confirmed that there was no indication of a crime and no legal basis to demand identification. The situation ended with the quiet retreat of the officers, a true walk of shame, and a silent victory for legal knowledge over soft abuse of power. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember, you are not required to provide ID unless there is clear RAS. Record the entire interaction for documentation. Stay polite but firm. Ask clearly why you are being stopped or what is being requested. You have the right to request a supervisor if needed. The Constitution is not just a document. It is your shield, if you know how to use it. If you found this video helpful, share it to raise public awareness. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Police Overreach to continue following real-life encounters, clear legal analysis, and lessons that help you protect yourself with reason, law, and the confidence of an informed citizen.